Hi guys, how are you?
Hi.
Good. How
Good.
are you?
Good. So to start, first, I'm I live in New York. I'm from New York, so to see New York in that first episode made me so happy. Just because I was like, great, this actually feels like New York for once instead of most, everything else. And so for you guys, not only having the kind of the weight of adapting something like Mr. and Mrs. Smith on you, but to kind of set it in such a different place than we've known this story in the past, what was the joy of getting to explore this title in particular in your own way for Amazon?
I mean, to begin with, we could have said it anywhere, and
Yeah.
this sounds kind of silly, but Donald and I were like, people in New York just instantly seem smarter. Because of sort of, you just have to deal with like the rough and tumble of life differently.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched a lot of films from the 70s that featured New York where you just kind of wanted to jump inside the screen and touch it because it was just so beautiful and amazing. And we really wanted to have that vibe.
Yeah, it's so rich, and I feel like you guys did such an amazing job capturing New York City, and it almost feels like its own character in the story, and that's so rarely done when New York is filmed, and it doesn't always look like New York.
Right.
And even just like filming, sometimes we'd be filming in Chinatown, and it'd be like the craziest scene, and there would be so many people walking around, and
It's true.
so much action, and so alive, and it like enriched everything. I
It's
felt
true.
like.
It made you want to move there
Yeah,
while
I
we were
did.
shooting.
I do want to move back.
Well, and I was gonna say, I was like truly like having it in New York made it like when you climb over one of the like fences separating the backyards so quickly, and I was like, yes, I know this woman's a badass because I wouldn't dare ever attempt to like do that. But it was like before we really saw her kind of like in the midst of everything, and it's cool to kind of look at it in that perspective as a New Yorker and to be like, that's how you know she's badass. No one else can climb that fence.
You actually did a really
I
good job. We Action Maya, we would call her on set, but we had a great stunt doubles,
Amazing stunt doubles.
Maya really brought
Is
it.
that even me in the final? Maybe
That,
not.
no,
Is it?
I think
Okay.
so. Yeah, actually, I think it is. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. But for last quick question with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I think everyone kind of has their preconceived notions, but I do like how different this is. It feels completely its own. What do you guys hope audiences take away when they get to see the show?
I mean, I hope they get to feel entertained by it because I think it still, has all the fun action and the great, sequences that you watch in Bond films. Your popcorn fare, but it actually is like a really nuanced look at a relationship and marriage and love. And so I hope
Yeah.
they also can see themselves in these characters that you might not see when you watch spy movies and be like, oh, that looks like me. I'm like
Right.
that.
Yeah, I hope they feel
Yeah.
like there's something honest out of it. I hope they
Yeah.
feel something.
Feel
Anything.
something.
Feel something.
Even if you hate it, that's
Yeah,
okay.
just feel something.
That's just gonna be the tagline now. Just
Yeah,
feel
exactly.
something.
Just feel something. Doing
Uh, but,
great.
but thank you guys so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait for
Thank
people to
you.
get to see Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Thank
Aw,
you so
thank you.
much. Thank
Thank
you.
you.